So I thought I'd keep it short and simple tonight. Get going. Hello, Rice. My name is Sam Adams, and I want your vote and your money. One of my favorite parts of Diet is when we take a look back into old news articles, whether it's launching fireworks at Sid's, siphoning money from the Thresher, or finding ghosts in Levitt Hall. The stories are always interesting, and you can learn a lot about Rice's history when you pay attention. So, let's look what we've done here recently at Will Rice. You'll notice that our current two treasurers, Jim and Steven, are both chemical engineers. Now, this is not a coincidence. We determine the ins and outs of a chemical process, track energy changes, molecular scale reaction rates, specific compositions of substances, all while juggling multiple variables. We're taught to integrate from a molecular scale up to the finished product. Hence, when it comes to money, nothing is insignificant. Now, this $1 bit here may seem relatively inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, but funny things happen when you lose focus. Just like my reactor compounds, to the untrained eye, money just seems to disappear into thin air. Now that's why organization is paramount to being a successful treasurer. It's not about supply and demand curves or your stock portfolio in a bear market. The position requires an awareness of the flood of activities going on in our college and the ability to track down little pieces of paper like a bloodhound. So, keeping tabs on my surroundings is what I do best. All 4 years of high school, I maintained an indoor soccer and fitness facility, opening, fixing, and closing 3 nights a week on my own. I created the company's website and helped design the business plan for a sister company, therapyitems.com, which now ships over 300 orders a week. I spent a summer handling and filing insurance claims. I'll never do it again, but let me tell you, it's a business where you live and die by the details. Things escalated when, this past June, my job in Brazil required me to make sure that FIFA had the correct signage throughout a 68,000-seat stadium in Belo Horizonte. Now, FIFA is about as stringent as SJP, and let me tell you, companies like Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, and Visa depend on me to get their money's worth out of their advertising. Even this year, I bridged the gap and invested at least 20 hours a week living the life of a student athlete while managing the women's soccer team. I'm the first on the field, the last to leave, setting up drills, training injured players, and keeping track of equipment, jerseys, and even those same players when we travel across the country. So, I'm a committed worker in jobs that require an intense attention to detail. I pour my soul into the things I do because I have no respect for mediocrity. I bounce a lot of hours, I keep my attention on a variety of things and classes, and I handle money about as well as I do stress. Now, I don't benefit from being your treasurer. No one will take me out to a nice steak dinner because I'm your treasurer. President Lebron will not go out of his way to give me a big bear hug on his way to work because I'm your treasurer. Being treasurer does not get me an apartment like Sosa's. So, why? Why would I want to set time aside to chase receipts, track our expenditures, and keep us in the black? Will allow me to retort. Each year when you arrive at Will Rice, you're bombarded with a seemingly endless list of clubs, groups, activities, ways for you to get involved with the college. But in the midst of this hailstorm, have you ever thought of where all that comes from? Each year, Rice University hands Will Rice College $40,000 to just spend however we want. For example, this year is your social Rice. You essentially handed me $3,700 and said, make us happy. So I gained valuable money managing experience while organizing a pub night, a public party, and a few more surprises that are coming along the way. I mean, look up, we even got you a disco ball for the Commons. So, think about it. The activities you've heard about tonight, social, gym operator, FIFA volunteer, soccer manager, they're not about the individual. They involve consistently working for a common goal, doing things for others knowing that you're making your community or team better. They're the embodiment of the spirit a treasurer should have. Now, the treasurer's not a job. It's not a job. It's a privilege. Treasurers ensure the things that make this college tight-knit and inclusive continue happening. From sunlit Friday kicking the quads, to top-notch bikes, to cheer-filled nights on the Galleria ice rink. And who knows, maybe one day that'll include a ping-pong table out there too. We make sure Will Rice spends his money prudently so that these traditions continue. Our budget is the rock upon which the gods and goddesses of Will Rice shape their vision of the college. This Will Rice is why the treasurer is the privilege, one for which I'm exceptionally qualified. Questions? Yes, Felipe.
As treasurer, how much of the budget would you allocate for t-shirts?
For t-shirts? Precisely $760, based on last year's sales. Any other questions? Heidi.
Hey Sammy, so you're a busy guy, you've got a lot of commitments. How can you balance being treasurer with your other commitments and being a chemical engineer?
Well, the surprising thing about treasurers is that they actually do most of their work during the summer when they plan the budget, or help plan the budget. So during the week, your job actually only involves about 2 hours a week, and that's inputting all the information from our spending receipts and all that, and tracking that and making sure that goes correctly in the system.
Cool.
So it's more about accuracy than time commitment. It's just, you just do it, and you do it right the first time. Anything else?